And let's begin with all the latest updates coming in. The first update that we want to get you is from the city of Kharkiv, which has been witnessing massive fighting for the last many days. A Russian airstrike has reportedly hit a residential building in Kharkiv, and 2 people have died in this strike. Besides that, you're seeing Russian troops now ramping up their attack. An air raid alert has been sounded in Vinnytsia. Residents have been advised to go to the nearest shelter as Ukraine fears that there will be more attacks now on Vinnytsia, a city where the airport was bombed just a few days ago. But things again are getting extremely violent in cities like Kharkiv, where there's been fresh airstrikes in which residential buildings have been hit. Gaurav Sawant is joining us live from Kyiv this morning. Gaurav, you've been traveling to the outskirts of Kyiv to tell us what the situation is, and things don't look good right now in the towns and cities like Irpin as well as Bucha surrounding Kyiv. Tell us what's been happening through the night now.
Through the night, there was some shelling that happened very close to the Boryspil airport. There were some reports of firing near the Ostomel airport. The indications are that the Russians are targeting the 2 crucial airfields on the outskirts of this city. Boryspil, of course, is inside. Ostomel is about 10 miles north. And this is an indication that they want to take down all the air defenses that are around this place and ensure that they're able to move in. So, apart from what's been happening in Kharkiv, around Kyiv, this is the latest situation. There were reports of some firing even in and shelling in Irpin and Bucha areas where we were reporting from through the day, Akshita. But beyond that, there is hope, there is anticipation. Hope that Poland has said that they would provide all the MiG-29 aircraft that they have. They will have them at the Ramstein airfield in Germany. Now, should those aircraft be provided to Germany, how will they come to Ukraine, and how will Ukraine be able to access these air superiority fighters, the MiG-29s that are operational? Initially, it was said that some of the mothballed aircraft would be given, and getting them to be airworthy would be a challenge. But Poland yesterday made it very clear that all these MiG-29s are airworthy. They're flying with the Air Force in Poland, but they would be provided to Germany. So Poland is not directly giving them to Ukraine. They're sending them to the Ramstein airfield airbase, which is where the United States has massive deployment. And from there, how will they reach Ukraine? Where will the weapons come from? What about fueling? Where will they land? Some of these issues remain. The issue also remains, as far as Poland is concerned, is they want similar US aircraft with the similar air power, with similar, avionics, similar weapons, and similar airframe and life, remnant life on those aircraft. How will all of that happen? So some problems remain, but if I may, Akshita, there appears to be some climb down with the president of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, saying that they are not on a bent knee to join the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. So is that some backpedaling by Ukraine? And if there is backpedaling, what will this lead to? Will there be a ceasefire as some hope in the days ahead? That, of course, now remains the biggest question.
Interesting points that you have mentioned there, Gaurav, particularly with regards to Poland's offer, the United States' response to that. What's very clear here is that, this is pretty much the intervention we can expect from NATO, what they've done so far. With regards to, providing any sort of fighter jets or aircraft to Ukraine, at this point for NATO, there doesn't seem to be an option, which is perhaps why we've seen such tough talk from Zelensky in his last video message as well. Gaurav is getting us updates from the ground. He's saying that overnight there has been shelling in some areas. But what Gaurav mentioned about Poland's offer of providing MiG-29 fighter jets and how it's been perceived across the world, that's a very important point, particularly because of the response it's prompted from Ukraine. The Ukrainian President Zelensky now pretty much identifying that this is the support that Ukraine will get from NATO, knowing full well that Ukraine needs the West right now if they want to completely push back the Russians, which is why there seems to be some sort of backpedaling by Zelensky on all of his talk with Russia, that perhaps now the time is come for negotiations, that Ukraine will come to the negotiating table with Russia.